Here is going over calculus worksheet 6.3. Going over calculus worksheet 6.3. We got 4 problems. Let's start off here. First of all, on this one, I said, hey, let's use natural log of x to be the u. So that would be that part right there. And let's use 1 to be the dv. Okay, that would be right there. So here we go, our first step. Du. Well, hey, if the u is natural log of x, what's the derivative of u? What's the derivative of natural log of x? 1 over x. Great. Okay, now the v, the antiderivative of 1. What function, when you take its derivative, you just get 1? Yeah, it's x. Okay, here we go. The formula. The formula says you multiply u times v minus the integral of v du. So here it is. Multiply u times v. That's going to be x times natural log of x minus the integral of v du. So minus the integral of x times 1 over x. Well, what do you get? Hey, what's the integral of x times 1 over x? First of all, what happens? X times 1 over x. Oh yeah, they cancel and you just get 1. Well, what's the integral of 1? Again, we already did it in this problem. What's the antiderivative of 1? Oh, it's just x. Hey, what do we got to put? There's no limits. We got to put a plus c. There you go. Boom. That's our answer on that one. Nice. Here we go. Let's go number 2. Okay, on number 2, I told you what to pick here. So u is the x. Sine of x is the dv. So first thing, let's do the du, the derivative. Hey, derivative of x is just 1. Okay, antiderivative. What's the antiderivative of positive sine of x? What function, when you take its derivative, you get sine of x? It's got to be negative cosine of x. Okay, here we go. The formula says you multiply u times v minus the integral of v times du. Here we go. U times v. Hey, I'm going to write it like this. Negative times x times cosine of x minus the integral of these two multiplied, v times du. So that's going to be just negative cosine of x. Hey, minus a negative plus a positive. Okay, good. Negative x cosine of x plus, okay, antiderivative of cosine of x. What function, when you take its derivative, you just get positive cosine of x? That is positive sine of x. Huh? No limits? Yeah, you got to put a plus c. Boom, looking good there. Okay, nice. Okay, let's go to 3. Okay, here we go. I picked for you the u is the x, the dv is the e to the x, so we got everything covered. Okay, first step, do the du, the derivative. Oh, the derivative of x, just 1. Okay, the antiderivative. What's the antiderivative of e to the x? It's e to the x. Okay, here we go. Formula says you multiply u times v minus the integral of v times du. Okay, u times v, that's going to be x times e to the x minus the integral of 1 times e to the x. That's just e to the x. Here it is, x e to the x minus the integral of e to the x. What's the antiderivative of e to the x? It's e to the x. Any limits? No, then you better put a plus c. Boom, done. Now, the final problem, it's a definite integral. The only problem on this worksheet that we could even check, okay, well, that we could check in our calculator, I should say that. Okay, here we go. I picked the x to be the u, and I picked the e to the 2x to be the dv. So we got everything covered. Now, first step, du. The derivative of x, that's just 1. Now, this is a little tougher. The antiderivative of e to the 2x. What? E to the minus 2x. What function, when you take its derivative, you get e to the negative 2x? Well, I tell you what, the function you should start with is exactly that same function. Now, here's what I see. Take the derivative of that. The derivative of the outside is exactly what you got up here. That's good, but wait. Derivative of the inside. Oh, derivative of the inside is negative 2. Negative 2 times what gives you a 1? Oh, it's got to be a negative 1/2. There you go. Okay, that's my v. That is the antiderivative of that. Okay, here we go. We're going to multiply u times v minus the integral of these two, v times du. Here it is. U times v, that's going to be, I'm going to put negative 1/2. Then I'm going to put x. Then I'm going to put e to the negative 2x. Minus the integral of these two multiplied. That's just 1 times that, so it's going to be negative 1/2 e to the negative 2x. Okay, let's simplify it a little bit. And we're going here from 0 to 1. Okay, let's wait to put those limits. Okay, here we go. Negative 1/2 x e to the negative 2x. Now, negative times negative, that's positive. Bring the 1/2 out front. Here it is. Integral of e to the negative 2x. Look, we already did that. The antiderivative, I'm just rewriting this down. The antiderivative, right there. The antiderivative of e to the negative 2x is right there. It's negative 1/2 e to the negative 2x. Great. Now, we're going to evaluate it from 0 to 1. I'll tell you what, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply these right here. Negative 1/2 x e to the negative 2x. This is going to be a minus 1/4 e to the negative 2x. Okay, good. There it is. Now let's evaluate it. Okay. Okay, here it is. Plug the 1 in first. Negative 1/2 x. Oop, that's going to be a 1. There we go. 1 e to the negative 2 times 1 minus 1/4 e to the negative 2 times 1. Good. Minus. Okay, plug this one. 0 in there. That's a 0. Minus 1/4 e to the negative 2 times 0. Okay. Hey, you plug that in your calculator. Here's what you get. Negative 0.101 minus a negative 0.25 for a grand total. 0.149. There it is. Hey, it's a definite integral. So that means you could check this one on your calculator. Let's go do that. How do we do that? By going back to the original equation. Okay, original integral, x. Okay, good. Here we go. Let's go here. Let's clear it out. We go math. We go number 9. Okay, our lower limit 1. This is the original integral. 0 to 1. The function is x and then times e raised to the, I'm going to put parentheses, negative 2x, close it up, go outside, x. There it is. Okay, double check. That looks good. Okay, here it is. Enter. Oh, look at that. 0.148. What did we get? 0.149. Boom, that's close. Okay, looking good. Whoa, where are we going here? There we go. Looking good. Hey, that was the worksheet. 6-3 worksheet. Have a good time in video land.